dear children. So today we will discuss with the consequences of anomalous expansion of water. So what are the effect of anomalous expansion of water? So the definition already I have explained you before. So expansion of water when it is cooled from 4 to 0 degrees Celsius is known as anomalous expansion of water. So this water, they have got a very peculiar behavior as compared to other substances. The other substances, they expand on heating and contract on cooling. But water, they contract on heating and expand on cooling. And this expansion we call it as anomalous expansion of water. So there are the few consequences of anomalous expansion of water. Number one is survival of aquatic animals in frozen winter, bursting of water pipes during winters, and also the bursting of fruits and vegetables. All these are the consequences of anomalous expansion of water. Now let us come to the first one, that is the survival of animals in water. Now during winter, even if the atmospheric temperature it falls below 0 degree, okay, the surface of the lake or a pond, the surface of the water in the lake or a pond, though they freezes or though they convert into ice, but the water below the ice still remains at 4 degrees Celsius. So if the water could have been freezed, if the entire water in the lake as well as in the pond could have been freezed and converted into ice, it becomes impossible for the aquatic animals to survive during frozen winters. So this couldn't be happened. This cannot take place. Though the upper surface may be converted into ice, but the lower surface of the water bodies, that is a pond, lake, okay, they still remains at 4 degrees Celsius. So in that way, the aquatic animals will be able to survive. So let us come to the description of this, the first point. Okay. Now initially the temperature falls. As the temperature falls, water at the surface of the pond contract. That means when the temperature falls below 0 degrees Celsius, not 0 degree, but it goes below 0 degrees Celsius, the temperature on the surface of the pond or a lake, what will happen? They contract it. That means as the temperature, initially when the temperature falls, the water which are present on the lake or a pond, they contract. That means the temperature has to fall below 0 degree Celsius. So when this temperature will fall below 0 degree Celsius, okay, now the temperature of the water in a lake or a pond, the water they get contract when the temperature falls. And what happens is that now the cooler and the heavier layer of water descend down. So when the temperature falls below 0 degrees Celsius, okay, the upper surface of the water they contract and it becomes very heavy. Okay, this water they becomes very heavy. That means when they contract, they convert into ice. They becomes very heavy and they descend down. They falls down. They sink down. Okay, and pushing the lighter and the warmer layer upward. That means since the lower layer still remains at 4 degrees Celsius, okay, the upper layer they becomes very heavy, they comes down and they pushes the lower layer of the water upward. Okay, and this process they continues till the temperature of the entire pond reaches at 4 degrees Celsius. That means this descending of a heavy water, that means the ice, they comes down and they pushes the lighter water upward, and this process they keeps on continuing unless and until the temperature of the pond or the lake reaches at 4 degrees Celsius. Now after that, what will happen? The layer of the water near the top in contact with the cold air continues to lose heat. Now the warmer water has come up. Okay, and what happens that now this warmer water has been contact with the cold water. So now this warmer water will start continue to lose the heat. They will start losing the heat and the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? So that means now how it happens that since the temperature below the ice still remains at 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, and what happens, only the upper surface of the water, the temperature will fall. When the temperature will fall below 0 degrees Celsius, only the upper surface of the water they convert into ice. They becomes heavy and they sinks down. Okay, and the temperature below the lake or a pond still remains at 4 degrees Celsius, and they rise up. They pushes the warmer water upward, and this process continues till the temperature remains at 4 degrees Celsius. And when that warmer water will remain on the surface, they will start losing the heat. Okay, they will start losing the heat, and their temperature will fall below 4 degrees Celsius. So when the temperature will start falling below 4 degrees Celsius, now that water will expand. Okay, that water will expand, and when the water will expand, what will happen? They do not sink now. They do not sink, and they remain rising up. So therefore, what will happen? The surface layer frozen to ice at 0 degrees Celsius, but the water underneath remains at 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now what happens is that now the upper portion, which has been converted into ice. Okay, now this ice is a poor conductor of heat. Okay, and what will happen is that now the water beneath the ice cannot transfer heat towards the ice, because ice is a poor conductor of heat. And therefore, what will happen is that the temperature of the water below the ice still remains at 0 to 4 degrees Celsius, which is in expanded form. So therefore, the aquatic animals can be able to survive in water. So this is how the aquatic animals, they can survive even if the temperature on the surface of the water goes below 0 degrees Celsius. So next one is bursting a pipe. Okay, now in a water pipe, especially the water pipe, so what happens is that during the winters, okay, in a very high altitude or where the temperature is very low, okay, in that condition, what will happen is that the water which are flowing in the pipe, they get expand, because when the temperature is decreases from 4 to 0 degrees Celsius, the water expand. So in a high altitude, okay, and in the very cold places, what happens that when the temperature reaches to 0 degrees Celsius, 4 to 0 degrees Celsius, they will expand. Okay, and this water they expand, and they do not get any space for expansion, and therefore this water pipe get burst. Similarly, fruits and vegetables also get burst during the winters. How do they get burst in the winters? Is that in the cells, that in the fruits it contains water. Okay, and during the winters the water get expand. Okay, the water which are present in the cell get expand, and therefore the cell get burst. So these are the consequences of anomalous expansion of water. So we have come to the end of this chapter. In the next class we will start with a new chapter, light. Thank you.